Have you ever looked at your screenshot and thought, okay, this is cute, but how do I turn this into a thumbnail that actually looks professional? Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how I took this thumbnail and turned it into this using Canva. And the best part about all of this is I'm going to show you step by step on how to do this. So if you're a Sims 4 content creator and you want to learn how to do thumbnails, this video is for you. So on my desktop, I have opened my Canva. Now, before we jump straight into this video really quickly, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. I do have Canva Pro, but you can still do a lot of things without Canva Pro. So I just wanted to put that out there. So I'm going to go into my social media tab and I'm going to click on the YouTube thumbnail. And as you can see, it comes up blank. But on the left hand side of the screen, you have your whole entire side panel and you have Canva AI, you have templates, you have elements, text, brand, uploads, tools, projects, apps, audio, background, and you also have a button down here for bulk create. So you can create this and you can make multiples if you need to. So now I'm going to show you that I go into upload first, right? And I pick my thumbnail. And as you can see, I have quite a few thumbnails. The one particular thumbnail I want to use is this one here. I will close this out and then I will go to the top part of this open bar up here and I will go all the way down to set image as background. And now, as you can see, this image is beautiful on its own. It really is. But what I do is I go in and I edit the image. And again, you can still do these, but I'm just going to show you what I do to create my thumbnail. I go to upscale and I upscale this image and it did it. I also go to adjust and it adjusted the image as well. So I will go back to my pictures, grab this same photo, minimize that screen, and I would remove my background. Now, I'm going to leave this one here, but I'm going to take you to a website that you can do this for free called Remove Background from Image, which is free, right? And you click on it, you open it up, boom, this pops up immediately. You don't have to log in, but what you do have to do is click on upload an image. Now you go into your folder. I already had mine open, and that same photo that we just used is the one that I'm looking for that I'm going to use. And that's this one here, and I'm going to upload it. And as you can see, it's uploading and it is also removing the background at the same time. Okay, it removed the background. Now, what you can do is adjust it, right? But it says you can open it in Canva and you can expand image and you can open it in Canva. You can color light and open this in Canva. Now, what I'm going to do, if you had the max 1920 1080p unlocked, which I don't do, you would have to pay for that. I don't do that. So what I do is I take it and I just download this image for free to preview it. And then I go back to the Canva. Now, mind you, I have two sitting here because I'm just showing you, but I go back here, I go to upload, I go to my downloads and I go to the file and I get to download this image. I get to click on it, minimize this, and boom, I have this image twice. Now, the one on the right is with Canva Pro. Looks professional, looks great, right? And I make it bigger and you can see them clear as day, right? Now I'm gonna slide that over and I'm gonna make this bigger. Now, the only downside about this is when you make this bigger, it is, you know, blurry and things like that. Now, it's not much of anything that you can technically do about that with this, but if you can see, I just overlap the image and it's like, it's there. It's supposed to be there. I can click off of it and it looked like this whole image is what it's supposed to be. But I just wanted to show you that as a resource that you can use. And I'm going to have a link for it down in the description box. But for this image, I'm going to put her directly where she was. Now, what you see me doing is removing the access that I don't really need. Like, I don't need all of that over there because I'm going to be putting stuff over top of this image as well. Right now, I know a lot of you probably like, well, why did I take two of the same images and do this? What I do is I let that sit there and I click on the back image and I go to edit image and then I go all the way to the blur effect and I go to whole image and I use the intensity to intensify this whole image and I put it on 35, right? That's good for me. Then I close this out. Now you can see that this is why I cut her out because they're going to be blurred back here, but she's not blurred here. Her and her daughter is not not blurred here at all. And she fits right in where she belongs. Now that that's all done, this is still beautiful. I'm going to put some borders in. And how I do that is by adding some lines. So I'm going to go down here to tool and I'm going to add the lines and I'm going to bring it above, go from end to end. Now I make sure they're perfect. Okay, so this is what you don't want. So see how this is moving with this? I don't want that. That is a mistake on my end. So what I'll do is bring this back. I'll delete it for now. I'll drag this down. And here's why, because I need the space above her head to get this image to be correct. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to grab the lines and I'm going to pull it up at the top and extend it on both sides. Now that I have this extended on both sides, I'm going to move it up and I make my lines thick by just clicking this really skinny, medium, and then super thick. However, the stroke weight is already on 4. I take mine up to about 17, right? And I'll stop it there and I'll copy this and I'll drag this down. And if I just sit it here, it'll be like this, but I don't want it to be like this. So what I do is drag it down just a little bit more, boom, and it give me that nice snug look that I'm looking for. Then I will copy this again and I'll repeat this and I'll turn this at a 90-degree angle, negative 90 degrees. You see how thick that line is? I'll take it and put it on the right side and I'll pull it back like that. Then I'll copy this one again and then I'll put it on the other side. So you basically have your border like this. Now my border is not going to stay like this. I'm going to change the color and I click on it and I click the inside and I turn it white and I'll repeat this process on all 4 sides. And if you notice, my screen didn't click off and go on to something else. It stays on the screen once you click on it and it automatically give you the same thing around the board. When you're done, you collapse that and you have this, right? So I just want to make sure she's completely where I want her to be. This looks good to me. So then I also go in elements and I'll look for a flower border, and my flower border would be this one here. And you don't have to use this one particularly, but this is just something that I do. And I'll make this smaller because this is not going to take over my whole image. So I'm going to utilize this and position it like so. And then I'm going to go up to the top menu bar and I'm going to hit position and I'm going to hit take this backwards, and I hit that twice. And I'm going to show you something that I just learned today. Literally, I'm going to hold down the Alt key and I'm going to drag from this picture and it automatically copies it. And then I'm going to sit it up in the corner and then I'm going to also hit it again, drag it down and sit it in this corner. And then I'm gonna do it one more time. Now, what I just did was create my border. So see how this is this way and all of these are turned in the wrong direction, right? It's an easy fix. You just click on it, you hit flip horizontally, this one will go that way. I'm gonna flip it vertically and it's just gonna be like that. And you're gonna get this beautiful silhouette, right? This is beautiful. Now, what I do from here is turn down my transparency to about 60. And I would repeat this for all of them. This is looking really good to me, right? And now you want to add some text. I'm going to click on text and I'm going to add the title text. I do have a brand kit. So these are my fonts that I use. Literally, these are default text styles down here with the subtitle and the adding of the subtitle and a add little bit of a body text if you want to. I don't do that. I strictly just use this. I'm going to make this bold and I'm going to title this thumbnail Raising Hope. Now I'm just going to click outside of the picture and I'm going to minimize this really quickly and I'm going to space this and I'm going to drag this out to be a little bit bigger. And the reason why I make my text bigger is because when we're making thumbnails, we have to really think about it. If people are looking at it on a computer, they're going to see what we see, but majority of the people are looking at their phone. So you want to make your thumbnail text bigger so that they can see it, you know, from their phone perspective, right? And since I made this bold, no, I'm not keeping it black. To me, I think that's just tacky. And that's just my take on it, right? So I'm going to make it white. Then I'm going to go into effects and I'm going to add an outline. Change my outline color to black. And I'm going to thicken the lines a little to about 65. That is good for me. Now, I'm going to go back to the text box again, and I'm going to hit my heading text, which is already in a font that I love. But there are many font options that you can pick from. This for me is Alex's brush, and I really like this. I can minimize that. I can set this to be about that size, and I'm going to put, or starting from 0. Now I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller, drag it about right there. But I'm also going to add some outline, and I'm going to make that black as well. And I'm going to up the capacity to this one to be a little bit thicker because this is a smaller font. I need that back to really pop. So I'm gonna put this at 85. Boom. You have this beautiful thumbnail. Now you can definitely customize this and play around with this. And I'm going to add one more photo to this. I have the Sims 4 logo. So I'll take this and I'll sit here, and I also minimize this as small as possible because this is not like the prominent thing that I really want to be seen as much. I take it down and I can leave it just like this. You know, this is cool. You don't really want to do too much wording on your thumbnails because 9 out of 10 people ain't going, you know, click on a lot of lettering, because if they gotta like read, they ain't gonna do it, right? So this is what I do for my thumbnail. So after I do all of that, I also click on my photo, and then I would edit, and I would go to shadows, hit it, and I would go to outline, turn it white. Okay, turn it white. Also turn down the size because I don't need it to be like dominant. And I would also turn down the intensity some, you know, make it subtle. It don't have to be like super bright. And I add an outline to them. Now this is the perfect thumbnail for me. And even if you wanted to take it just a little bit further and you wanted to add another element to it, you could add an image. Where is it? So she lives in San Manchuno, right? So I do have an image of San Manchuno, but let's just say I had this picture right here and I wanted to add the frame. I'm going to use this circle cutout right here, and I'm going to take, oh, not that. Oops. My bad. I'm going to take San Manchuno and I'm going to drop it in this circle, right? And I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to go back to elements, and then I'm going to hit a circle, and I'm going to position this like this. And I'm going to hit that position button again and take it backwards. I'm also going to make this smaller. I'm going to click on the San Manchuno logo, and I'm going to position it in here so it fits perfectly. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click both of these, and I'm going to hit group. So now I can move this wherever I want this. Say I wanted this over here. Now, if you look at this thumbnail, right, you're probably like, well, you still have a lot of open space over here. That is fine. What I could do is I could also take this, put this over here, make it a little bit smaller, but I can also cut the word hope, literally cut it, move it, delete it. And I can do this way. I can put raising hope. I can copy this, and I can also take it, highlight this, and I can put hope over here, right? And I can literally have this here, about right here, make hope a little bit bigger. And because this is the city on where she lives, this can still say the Sims 4 raising hope. Or I can keep this like this as well, move this, put this here still, and keep all of this. Now all of that's lined up. I can do Sims 4 right there with the logo of her where she lives. And one more piece I want to add to this is 3 dots, and I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to make it smaller like this, as though it's her thought. Now I can change the color of those dots and make them white to line this up with that. And there you have it, a complete thumbnail done, finished, and ready for upload. I want you guys to know that I have links to everything, and also everything is going to be time stamped in the description box down below. So if you want to just skip around to what you find more interesting, you can. And I thank you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I would like for you guys to like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel, but I also want you to share this video with someone who you know is just starting out and who doesn't really know how to get their thumbnails looking as good as they would like. So again, thank you so much, and to seeing you in the next one. Bye.
Dis-moi tout, je le vends, nous recherche, belle forme, luna flash, mot de Ken,